Hi everyone, welcome to this course on data analytics and statistical modeling in R for beginners. I'm Dr. R.K. Prema, professor at NSP Academy and an alumna of IIM Nagpur, and I will be guiding you throughout this course. If you are new to programming or coming from a non-technical background, don't worry at all. This course is designed to guide you step by step in a very simple and practical way. In today's world, data plays a very important role in decision making. Whether in business, research, or any professional field. But having data alone is not enough. We need the right tools to analyze and interpret it effectively. So, let me ask you a question. What if you could take raw data and turn it into meaningful insights and support for better decisions? Yeah, this is exactly what tools like R help us achieve. In this session, we will begin by understanding what R is and what is RStudio and how it has evolved over time and why it is becoming an essential skill for students and researchers. Let's explore further. This is R. This is also R. So, what exactly is R? R is a programming language designed specifically for data analysis and data science. Therefore, R is not just a programming language, it is a powerful tool that helps you understand, analyze, and make sense of data as a science. R is completely free and open source, so anyone can start learning without barriers. It is supported by a large and active global community, which means help is always available. One of its strengths is powerful vector operations, making data handling fast and efficient. And with over 23,500 plus packages or offers endless possibilities for analysis, visualization, and research. R is a powerful programming language for statistical computing and graphics developed in the 1990s by Roche Ikaha and Robert Gentleman, and it has grown into a widely used open source tool supported by a strong global community. While R can work independently, we use RStudio as an IDE, that is integrated development environment, which helps to make coding more organized and efficient and also user friendly with features like debugging and project management. An important aspect to remember is that R is case sensitive. For example, you assign a value, always remember R is case sensitive. So it read uppercase X in a different way and smaller case X is different, which means both are not same. So let us assume this is lowercase and this is uppercase. Or say for example, so if you assign on X the value of 25 and you are trying to print X, say for example, if you write uppercase X or if you call uppercase X, this will hit error. So this is the understanding of R is case sensitive. So also assume that you are trying to use a variable name. It is called as variable underscore 1, and here you are assuming a string which is RAM. So you are trying to print this. So you are saying print variable underscore 1. This would be fine for execution. So if you say print lowercase and variable 1, then you will get error. So R is case sensitive. So please do remember R is case sensitive. Just like humans cannot respond effectively without understanding a language, machines also rely on precise instruction. So understanding the language of R is essential to work with it confidently and accurately. RStudio is an integrated development environment, a complete workspace that brings together writing code, executing it, and debugging it all in one place, making our work much easier and organized. If you try working only with R, you may face challenges in managing your scripts, getting your outputs, and debugging it efficiently. Think of it like a Microsoft Word where you can type, edit, and format text. Also, you can insert your images and save your document all in one place. Similarly, an IDE provides everything which is needed for coding in a single environment itself. So in our day-to-day life, we just come across lot of examples for IDE, which includes Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab, all designed to simplify and enhance the coding experience. Just like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, which are all the specific tools for specific tasks, RStudio is also a tool, an IDE designed specifically for coding. I guess that you could clearly able to understand the difference between R and RStudio. Well, here you have a simple tip to remember all in one. You might feel crazy too, but still remember this simple analogy. R is like the engine of a car. It does all the processing and computation. RStudio, on the other hand, is like the dashboard. It helps us to interact with the engine, control it, and clearly see what is happening. Without the engine, the car won't run, and without the dashboard, it becomes very difficult to manage. Similarly, both R and RStudio work together to make our analysis smooth and efficient. So it is good for the beginners to work with RStudio and understand the coding better. So as we can see in this table, this is a quick summary of what we have already discussed. R is a programming language that performs all the computations, while RStudio is simply an interface or software that helps us use R more easily in terms of importance. R is the core tool and RStudio is a supporting tool that helps to reinforce the distinction clearly before we move ahead. So, here we are just looking at how R has grown over time. Starting way back in 1976 with S language at Bell Labs, which actually inspired R, and then in 1991, Rosh Ikaha and Robert Gentleman developed R, followed by its public introduction in 1993. By 1995, it became free under the general license, which really boosted its popularity. And in 1997, the R core team was formed to take care of its development, leading to an important milestone in 2000 with the release of version 1.0.0. And from there, R has kept improving with regular updates like version 3.5.2 in 2019 and now the current version being 4.5.3, showing how it has continuously evolved with strong community support over the years. In order to understand the real world relevance of R, let me give you a couple of practical examples. First, let us start from the industry. In sectors like banking and finance, R is widely used for credit risk modeling, where analysts use it to predict whether a customer is likely to default based on past data, helping organizations make better lending decisions. Similarly, if you consider healthcare, researchers widely use R to analyze patient data. Say, for example, studying the effectiveness of a treatment by comparing recovery rates across groups directly supports evidence based medical decisions. In marketing analytics, corporates use R to perform customer segmentation and targeted campaigns, which could improve customer engagement and sales. Now, coming to research, R is one of the most widely used tools for academic publications, where researchers use it for statistical testing and regression analysis, which shows its credibility and acceptance in the academic community. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, R was extensively used by researchers and public health organizations to track and analyze the spread of virus. A very well known case, which is the dashboard developed by Johns Hopkins University, where R was used for data processing, visualization, and real time updates of the global case numbers, which is helping governments and researchers make timely decisions. Similarly, in academic research, to highlight few studies published in Health Economics Review, researchers built cost effectiveness models using R to compare different treatments, which could perform sensitivity analysis and help the policymakers choose the most effective and economical options. Moving to industry, in sectors like insurance and banking, organizations such as Bajaj Alliance use R for risk prediction and customer analytics. And finally, in the HR domain, R plays a critical role in people analytics, particularly in predicting employee attritions, where organizations analyze variables such as tenure, performance, salary, and engagement. Using models such as logistic regression or decision tree to identify employees at the risk of leaving, which clearly shows that R is not just a theoretical tool but a powerful solution used across healthcare, industry, and human resource management for data driven decision making. Now, let us understand why R is considered so important. R is not just a programming language, but a very powerful and flexible tool that makes data analysis easier and more effective, as it supports programming concepts like loop functions and input output operations, while also providing strong graphical capabilities in order to visualize your data. At the same time, it is highly flexible, allowing the integration with other languages like C and C++, it also offers efficient data handling and storage, which is crucial when we happen to work with a large data set. And also, another major strength of R is its extensive collection of built-in tools and packages. As I mentioned, 23,500 plus packages allow users to extend its functionality as needed. And because of all these advantages, R is widely used in statistical computing and data analytics, with many leading organizations relying on it for data driven decision making. So, as we discussed, the demand for our experts is rapidly increasing due to the growing reliance on data across industries. And this demand is clearly reflected in the variety of career opportunities available across roles such as data analyst, data scientist, statisticians, and machine learning engineers who require strong analytical and modeling skills where R is widely used. While positions like academic researchers and quantitative analysts in finance depend on R for statistical analysis and research based decision making. And even in business environments, roles like business intelligence analyst use R for data visualization and insights, which really shows that R is not limited to one domain, but it is applicable across multiple fields, making it a highly versatile and in demand skill for building a successful career in data driven industries. As we close the first session here, please do remember every expert begins with small, curious steps in RStudio. What matters most at this stage is consistency. Let's hold that and carry this enthusiasm into our next session too. Thank you, and let's meet in the next session on installing R and RStudio. Bye.